Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video. So in today's video, as you can probably tell from the title, I'm going to be building a little starter house in the new world of Sulani, and I really wanted to do one of these just because I absolutely love these water lots that we have in the game. So the lots that can be half water and half sand, or it can even be the majority of it water, but just one of the lots that you can kind of just jump straight into the sea. I'm absolutely loving them, and I'm especially loving this particular lot. I can't think of the name of the lot. It will be in the top left corner if you want to have a look, but I believe my last video that I did, the romantic getaway, was actually on this lot as well. I think that's probably one of my favorite lots that we actually have in this new world. I just think it's so beautiful, and the views are just absolutely stunning. And from like one part of the house, you've got more of like the trees and the volcano in the background, and then on the other half it's just this really lovely open water, and I just absolutely love this lot. And I decided that I really wanted to take on the challenge of building a starter home in this new world. Now I believe that we have, I believe it's what, one or two starter homes when you go into the world. So if you've just loaded up your game for the first time, I believe there is either one or two starter lots, but I don't think that they're actually in the water. I don't believe there's any in this little district anyway. There might be one in the water, but I know there is one that's more on the land kind of area. And I really wanted to build a starter home. I was thinking that maybe you went into Cass and that you made a mermaid, and you wanted a mermaid to live near to the water, but you still wanted to kind of work that sim up from the bottom, kind of maybe like a rags to riches kind of thing. I personally really like having my sims kind of earn everything themselves. I do sometimes mother load it, but a lot of the time I do like kind of working my sim up from the bottom. And so I really wanted just to create a house that you can literally just move your sim straight in to from Cass. And so yeah, I decided to build this today. So as you can kind of see, the main structure of the house is coming together now, and I didn't actually have that much of a bigger budget. So one of these water lots, or all of the water lots, are really expensive, like unbelievably expensive. I believe this lot itself was 4,200 simoleons, which is a lot of money just for literally a plot of land. I do understand though, because it has some beautiful views, it's on the kind of beachy front, and I understand, but it was definitely a big challenge, especially for a starter house, and so I did the absolute best that I could. But the main structure is coming together now, and I've just done all the wallpapering, and I'm now going around and I'm actually adding these little lights, and I believe these are some of my favourite lights that we now have in the game. I just think they're so lovely, but they don't actually stay, because as I was getting near to the end, I kind of wanted some more activities for your sims to do, and so I do end up deleting them. So the house won't be lit up from night time, but if you do want to download this house and you kind of want your sims to grow and develop and work them up and get them to earn all the money and all that kind of stuff, then you can definitely just buy them later on. But moving on into the interior of the house, as you can see, I'm starting off with the bathroom, and I always find myself doing this whenever I do starter houses, and I think it's because I always want to make sure that there's definitely like a toilet and somewhere your sims can have a shower or have a bath or whatever. In this bathroom I did actually put a bathtub. I wasn't sure if mermaids can actually use a shower, because I know when they go into the bathtub that they do kind of get their little towel. I wasn't sure if it would be the same thing for a shower, and so if that was a thing, then I kind of assumed that they wouldn't be able to stand up, and so I did just decide to put a little bathtub into that bathroom. I do use the spa day one, I believe, and spa day actually works really well with all the new items that we got in this pack. I think it just goes so beautifully. And as it goes, I don't think I actually use many other packs. I think I use around 5 different packs in this build. It might be 6, I'm not completely sure. I have it linked in the description box down below if you're curious, but I only use like 1 or 2 things from different packs. It's mainly just island living and kind of like a few things from spa day and a few things from jungle adventure. One of the packs that I did use was cats and dogs, and I know that the only item that I actually used in this house, which was from cats and dogs, was actually the flooring that I put on the exterior of the build. And so if you don't have that pack, I think that you'll be absolutely fine. You won't need the whole entire pack. I believe I only used the flooring on the exterior, and I feel like if you've only got really like island living and spa day, then you'll pretty much be okay with this. I think it might just delete a few items and maybe a few bits of clutter, but apart from that, it's pretty much just all island living. I really wanted to play around with all the new furniture, and one of the things I really wanted to place into this build, and I know I did spend quite a lot of the budget on it, but it was that massive bed that I placed in kind of like the little bedroom area. I believe the bed is a couple of thousand simoleons just for that one single item, so it is definitely a bit of a splurge splurge, but it's so beautiful. I really wanted to use it. But if you do actually want to download this house off the gallery and you kind of want to give your Sims a little bit more money to work with, then you can definitely just delete that bed and replace it with a cheaper one. I just thought it was so beautiful and I had to use it in this build. But now I'm just going to go around the build and I'm going to add this little dining room table in this little corner, and then I'm just going to go around and make some finishing touches to make it feel a little bit more like a house rather than just some walls. But one thing that I did actually notice when I was doing this little dining corner was I used this table, which I believe is from Get Together, and I think this is the only Get Together item that I used in this build. But when I placed it down, I only placed it down because it was the cheapest single table in the game, and obviously I was working with a budget, so I kind of wanted to be very mindful when I was placing objects down. So I used that one, and then one of the cheapest chairs in the game, I believe is the second cheapest chair, is this chair from City Living. And then I actually was able to make the swatches match, which I can never really ever tend to do that when you have two completely different packs. So City Living and Get Together have two completely different themes. I just thought it was quite nice that even though they're different themes, I still was able to make the furniture match. And I really don't ever find that with other packs, because I feel like some packs have their own kind of swatches, like Cats and Dogs has its very own swatches compared to other packs. And yeah, I just thought that was a really nice little thing that they was able to match. But moving on, as you can see, I am just finishing up the rest of this build. So I did add some little sun lounges at the very back so your Sims can lay out there and soak in some sun and maybe catch a tan and all that kind of stuff. And I'm actually just going to finish it off by doing a little bit of landscaping, and I decided that I wanted to add just a couple of palm trees at the very front of this house just to kind of tie it all together. And I felt like that little space, it was a little bit bare, so I still wanted there to be something at the very front. But anyway guys, I am actually going to end this voiceover here. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching me build this little Sulani starter house, and as always, if you do like my content, then please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next Sims 4 speed building video. Bye guys.